Today on FreeStyle, we brighten up a fashion designer's drab living room, bring some warmth to a whitewashed LA apartment, and help this Boston living room grow up.
Hey, I'm your designer, Aaron Foster, and this is FreeStyle.
First up in downtown Minneapolis, a fashion designer and her dog downsized to a tiny basement apartment. We'll redefine the space and make it a happy home for both of them, and you know we're gonna do it without spending any money at all.
Amy Michielle fashions hip clothing from recycled billboard vinyl, but her living room just looks recycled.
Hi, I'm Amy Michielle, and this is Sophie Marie, and this is our apartment. The main problem with the space that I'm living in now is it's smaller than what I had before by about 400 square feet. I live and work at home. My ideal room would definitely have a space for my princess, my little Sophie Marie, because she's the whole reason I'm here.
Hey, Amy Michielle.
Hello, Aaron, how are you?
I'm great, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
What's going on here?
That's the big question.
Yeah. So the whole reason you moved into this apartment was?
Because of my beautiful princess.
Okay, and the dog bed is in
the corner that she can't get to it.
Pretty much everything you own.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think it'd be all right if we changed that?
Sophie would love that.
Okay, good. Office area, does it get a lot of use?
Used every day, about 16 hours a day.
Okay, that's too much work for you, but that's a whole other thing.
I use this table to cut my patterns on, but I also have people over for dinner on it.
Okay, it's gonna be a challenge. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, we're gonna take the workspace and we're gonna move it back into the back corner. She uses it a lot, but I don't want it to be the focus of the room. Then we're gonna take the sofa, move it against the wall where the TV is. The TV is gonna come back where the desk was. I have an idea to make the coffee table a little bit smaller, and of course, you know we're gonna find a great place for the dog bed. So we have a plan. I wanna delineate the space a little bit, make it function better for you and Sophie Marie, but before we can get started, we gotta clear everything out of here.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So tell me about the floor you have going on here.
Well, I have these carpet tiles down that I put down. There's actually granite underneath there, which a lot of people shrieked when I covered the granite.
Yeah, I would not be surprised by that. So this is one of your pieces.
That is one of my first pieces.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Why don't you take the crown?
Thank you.
So there's a lot of hats.
There are.
Is this a collection or is this just
I'm a big Audrey Hepburn fan, so when I'm walking Sophie and I'm having a bad hair day, I just plop on a hat. That's my daddy.
We'll make it work for both you guys.
Okay, great.
So now that we've got everything cleared out of here, you can see what a difficult design problem we have. We have half of it slate floor, half of it's wood floor. We've got a metal wall here. We've got a lot of little weird corners, nooks and crannies. So it's really a challenge from a design perspective. As we bring things back in, we have a plan, we know what that is, but we're gonna have to remember to be flexible and see what works once it gets into the space. So I really wanna make this your new office space.
Great. I tried that, but the pole got in the way.
The pole is, yeah, I don't like the pole very much myself.
Yeah.
But I have an idea that I want to try. I think we could just kind of put the desk in front of the pole and I think it might work. Okay guys, you want to bring the couch in? So I'm going to slide this up against the back wall here, and it's going to be the beginning of your new sort of living area.
Okay.
You don't look happy.
Well, I don't really like to have my back to a door, so I'm not sure how I'll be able to relax.
Are you wanted in this state, or?
No.
Okay, all right, no. Okay, well, plan B. Let's move it over here. How do you feel about having your back to the kitchen?
Not a problem.
Okay, that's your sofa.
Great.
Okay, so here's your TV, and we're actually gonna end up putting it right back where it was because of your interesting fear of having your back to the door. We moved the couch, so we moved the TV over here.
Okay.
So the whole reason you moved to this apartment, this crazy apartment,
Yes.
is the dog.
It's a retirement villa.
Okay. So the bed was back in the corner, which
Yes.
nobody could get to.
Right.
I want to put it here next to the TV so you guys can kind of hang out in the same room together.
Great.
But this is a little
She's
nasty.
used it a lot.
So I want to cover it up with something that's washable. Do you have like a sheet or a blanket, something that you wouldn't mind wrapping this up in that is going to make it a little more attractive and washable? Okay, so do you have a preference?
I kind of like this one.
So we can use this?
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know about you, but that looks a little more cozy and inviting.
I really like it.
Okay. So these are the carpet tiles that you had covering your really nice granite floor.
Yes.
I love these things. I use them all the time. But not very often on granite floors. So I want to take some of them and do a little area rug here on your hardwood floor.
Oh.
Just to spice it up, give a little bit of color.
Great.
Okay, so I think maybe 3x3 right here in front of the couch.
Okay, that sounds good.
It's really a nice way to add color to a room. So this is one of these sort of big cement, almost anvil looking things that you had as kind of a shelf over here by the door.
Yes.
Drop it right here in the center, guys, and we're gonna put the other sort of tile table you had, that's gonna be your new coffee table.
Great.
The one you had, I thought was a little large for the
Yeah.
space.
And I agree.
So, okay,
Yeah.
good. So we're gonna bring your dining table in.
Okay.
And it's gonna actually end up right where it was.
So I had it right.
You had it right.
Okay.
You are a genius. You could steal my job. But because the nature of the leaves makes it really difficult to put any less chairs at it. You can't really sit at it
Right.
when the leaves are down.
Right.
You have to have it open for your work.
Yes.
This is really the only big space left in the apartment, so that's where it goes.
Okay.
So tell me about this great piece.
This piece was from one of my first collections I ever did. So it has a special place in my heart.
I'm sure. It's really fabulous. I really like your stuff
Thanks.
a lot. And I wanted to put it kind of front and center when people come into your house, they see what you do, kind of a little bit of who you are, and I think it'll really be better than kind of, it was sort of hidden away over there.
Coming up, how to bring color to a cold steel wall. And no, this isn't a hospital waiting room.
So, while we were moving you out this morning, I found a bunch of magnets in your office area that I set aside because you have a nice big metal wall here.
Yes.
And I thought with your great colorful fabrics that you use for your work, maybe we could put some of those up here, warm up this wall that really feels pretty cold in here.
Okay.
Okay, so we can take a look and find some stuff that you like?
Yeah, I got a big bag full.
All right.
What do you think of adding photos up there?
I think that's a really good idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, we've got plenty of magnets. Get some photos, and we will do that.
Cool.
Okay, so we got the art wall done.
Yes.
And I think it turned out great.
I like it.
I really like that you added the photos. I think it adds a whole other dimension to it. One more thing I want to try to do is I want to kind of try to separate your workspace from your living space. I know you work all the time, but I want to give you the option of setting that aside.
Okay.
So can we kind of go for a hunt and see if we can find something to do that with?
Sure. This might work.
Yeah. Let's keep looking. So I like the curtain, and that would work great, but I saw this earlier, and I don't know what's behind it, but I was kind of hoping...
Hides my sewing machines.
Okay. Could it hide your computer?
Of course it could, yeah.
Okay, great. So I think this is going to be an easy way to both hide your workspace when you're not using it, and also really easy to fold up, get out of the way when you need to get in there for your long 16-hour days.
The office is closed.
So I like your sofa a lot. It's very clean lines, it's very simple, but there's no cushions on it or anything like that. So I thought we'd spice it up a little bit. Can we steal a couple from in here?
Sure.
So we're all done. It was really challenging in this space, but I think it turned out well. What do you think?
I really, really like it. You really worked miracles.
Thank you very much. Now, what do you think Sophie thinks?
I think she's in heaven.
Amy Michelle's apartment presented a lot of challenges for us. It's a small, unique space that needed to be suitable for her to live and work in, but also needed to accommodate her great dog who's starting to have a little bit of a hard time getting around tight spaces. Now that we're all done, Amy Michielle and Sophie Marie have a space that they can live in happily ever after.
I love the entire room, but my favorite part is the wall. I like that it's inspiring because it uses my vinyl that I work with every day, but it also has pictures of my family and friends. I think the room definitely captured my personality.
Next, we're freestyling in Los Angeles, where a very white apartment is screaming out for color.
Carrie lives in the trendy Melrose section of LA. And though this fashion-forward neighborhood is brimming with excitement, inside Carrie's apartment, it's dull, dull, dull.
Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my very white apartment. We didn't set out to have a white themed room. It's just, the lamp is white, the walls are stark white. We did do one thing to decorate, and that's this trophy that I won when I was 9. It's most improved swimmer. This piece was part of a set. Unfortunately, we don't have the rest of the set. Over here is our console, a splash of color. I don't know how to work with what I have and make it sort of feel complete.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Kahi.
So I gotta say, your living room is very, very white.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, it was pretty white to begin with, and then we got this all white couch, and then it was just crazy town.
I love Carrie's big, comfy sofa. It's probably the only piece in the room that I think shows any personality or any warmth. I think it's a great piece to build the rest of the room around. These holiday lights are definitely festive, but I think they're not meant to be used all year round, so they're definitely going to have to go. Carrie has this mysterious piece of furniture just sitting in front of the fireplace. Here's a tip. If you don't use a piece of furniture and you don't know what it is, chances are you don't need it. The good news is this room is a blank slate. We can pull from Carrie's room and a roommate's room and infuse a lot of their personality and add some color to the room. Okay, Carrie, now we have an empty room. It's time to bring the stuff back in. First thing to come in is the sofa. This is a beautiful but very large sofa. So unfortunately, this is the only place it fits. That wall's too small, we can't put it there, otherwise we'll block all the access to the room. So this is really the only place it can be.
Okay.
So because this is where the sofa is going to be, the TV can then only be there, so we're bringing that back in and putting it in the same spot as well. So if we could take these doors off, I think we can salvage this piece.
But then, what do we do with all the videos? Won't that look kind of bad if all the videos are showing?
Well, I promise I'll find a place to put them where you won't see them. So the TV sitting up here, components nice and neatly put on the shelf here. So it actually looks like an entertainment unit now, and it wasn't before.
Yeah,
Does that look so much better?
It looks a lot better.
So the coffee table is back where it was, and yes, it is still white,
Yes.
as is the rest of the room.
Right.
So we need to go through your room, your roommate's room, everywhere else in the house, and see if we can't find any punches of color and personality. Let's take those drapes. You mind taking those down for me?
Nope, I'll go get them.
And taking that, tablecloth, and probably these pictures. And I'm actually gonna get a few things out of your bathroom.
Up next, what will Kahi find in the bathroom? And this contractor's living room is ready for an upgrade.
So here's that tablecloth from your nightstand.
Ah.
And that's a good way to kind of diminish the white in the room. Kind of looks warmer, kind of matches the sofa much better. So here are your bedroom drapes. They're not quite wide enough to cover the window, but they act more as a decorative panel.
I know, it's amazing how much color they add.
Here is your side table from your bedroom.
Right, oh my God, no, that looks so much better.
I think these candles work really well in your drinking cups. This is the right way to do decorative lighting. Okay, so we have all these videotapes that we've taken out of here. And I told you we'd find a place for them where you would not see them. So we just lift this up. And you've got these little cubbies under your coffee table. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill those.
Okay.
Put them in there. And there you go. You can't see them anymore.
Ah, that's the trash can from my bathroom.
Yes, it is. And we're going to use it as more decorative lighting. It's opaque.